Look, I told these people you were cool. You gonna be cool? Like, don't fuck this up for me. Don't fuck it up for you. This is your one chance to go on the greatest adventure you've ever had in your entire life. All right, you ready to go? All right, come on. Look, before we get up there, take this. You're gonna need it. Just trust me.
The adventure party's almost full. Need your character, class, and race.
I'm a reborn human fighter. My name is Mickey fucking Fitz, mate. It should be right there. In your shit. Can you fucking read?
Go on in.
That's what the fuck I thought, mate.
Need your character, class, and race before I let you in. Get out of here, I ain't got time for you.
You, come here. Yeah, you. Come here. I hear you want to roll some dice. You do? Follow me. Now, if you're cool, I can get you in this game and no one will know. I'm the DM, so whatever I say, go. Come on. Follow me. Don't worry about the door, man. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. It's fine in here.
I see you made it. Right. Go ahead. Give us that
Roll
first
that
roll.
20 outside.
Give us that first roll.
Let's see what
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Make
It was at this
happen.
moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh! You gotta get the fuck out, pal. Come on. Hey, take care of him, Lars. Get him the fuck out. Bye. Who taught you that?
I told you to be cool.
Who
I
taught
told
you
you
that?
to be cool.
The fuck out.
Alright. Welcome to D&D Bridge, interview number 69.
Nice.
Yeah. Today we have George, also known as Jorge. So, Jorge, aka Mick George. First things first. Being a player at our table, what were your, if you had any, expectations before playing versus what happened once you started playing?
Expectation-wise, I knew that you as a DM,
Sorry, that was rude.
were a little more, edit that out, kill the post. That you didn't play strictly by a book, you kind of wrote your own thing. So I was expecting to come to this doing like a typical fantasy D&D, takes place in the fake Middle Ages kind of thing. And it quickly became not that. And it got kind of wild, so. I will say it's nice not to have to hear how do you proceed every 5 minutes, because another DM that I have, that is kind of their tagline, and they tend to talk a little too slow.
Fair enough. Alright. With that being said, how do you feel about the balance of players at your table as far as like class dynamics and synergy?
I feel like we haven't played for a little bit. That's because stuff's been really busy lately. I think when we left off, we were all kind of in separate groups almost. I don't think there's a full team dynamic yet, but I think pairs of us work really well together.
Okay. I like that. I can see that too. Alright, how do you feel about portraying Cheyenne?
Cyan? Yeah.
Cyan, yeah.
I wanted to try something different. I wanted to do something that was a little more, a character that was like more reserved or like meek. But when I got to the table and everybody else had these huge kind of very aggressive tendencies kind of table, and then got to playing a little bit and realized this is the kind of world we're in where everything's a little bit more mercenary. I decided, how can I take this character I've already set up and kind of bend it in a way that makes sense to this world? And I thought, okay, maybe he's just like this because the character's like meek like this because that's the way the world sees them. He's just a little bird guy. Yeah. So he just kind of leans into that. But like, and I made this joke that all birds have soulless, dark, beady eyes, because they kind of do. They really do. So I'm like, so I'm basically playing a character that kind of doesn't have a soul, or like their moral compass is very fixated on what's good for them, and what's not good for them is just bad in general. But it's a very polite sociopath kind of thing. Oh yeah, I see that. Being nice to other people is great because I like when other people are nice to me. It's a very, I think, like when you're teaching your toddler, like golden rule as. Yeah, what's good and what's bad. Yeah. But like as an adult, you never move past that. That's kind of science morality.
All right, nice. Like, what also played into like your creation of the character? Like, where'd you get the concept and idea from?
So when I created the character, I literally rolled dice. I had like a big list of defeating these races. Like, fuck it. So I counted them all up and I rolled dice and got Aarakocra. And I'm like, I've been a wizard. Let me do that. My buddy, he and his wife had bird feeders in their yard. Mm-hmm. He made a big deal about seeing I think it's a bunting, I guess is the name of the word, but name of the bird, sorry. It's like, where is the bird? I mean, the bird is the word. It's not a blue bunting, but it's definitely like, that's the coloration of it. Right. So it's a blue bird, the little one. And so I looked up the bird on Wikipedia, and like the scientific name of it has, I like chopped part of that off and just used it, and then I found another word for blue, and that's like that cyan. Okay. So, nice. My character is kind of a very, very in-depth play on words.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's very fun at the table watching you navigate through the shenanigans. By the way, what's been one of your favorite player moments?
Mine or other person's?
Yours.
My favorite player moment is...
Or it could be other people, but like your favorite like moment throughout the campaign or whatever so far.
Okay, I'll do my favorite as a character, then I'll do my favorite somebody else's bit.
Alright.
When we were stuck on that new plan, like we just woken up, in science trying to figure out what the hell's going on, just like every other character. And he sees the water of this, I guess the ocean is kind of slowly coming in. And he sees this person that's only ever been mean to him, unconscious on the beach. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna deal with that. Flies up on top of a cliff where he meets like some cool bug dude that does magic, and then they're talking, and the bug guy like directs his attention over the cliff, and the one who'd been really mean to him got up, and she's walking with some other person that's really mean to him, and he's like, yeah, no, they kind of suck. And the bug guy just straight up like nearly kills them by like washing them out to sea. And Zion's like, oh, I didn't think that was gonna happen, but well, I guess I'm cool with it. Like, there's not a lot of reaction. He's surprised that the magic happened because it's really cool magic, but he doesn't really care that two people just got fucking murdered in front of him. He's like, oh, they kind of sucked. Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Fair enough. I felt that when you did it the first time. As a DM, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, that's probably the only person here who has a real justified kill. Because he didn't kill millions for no reason. But anyway...
I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll be here soon, Steve. Don't worry, we'll get to you, fucker. But, yeah. And so, basically, like, I'm watching this play out, and you're just like, yeah. do that. And it's just like, oh shit. And then from there you start playing to like the beady eyes, and I was just like, yeah.
He's not okay.
He might be the secret BBG no one ever saw coming.
That depends on how cool everybody else is gonna be about stuff.
Oh shit! George, was that foreshadowing, George?
It might be. We're gonna see how the campaign goes.
Question, because no one else is gonna see this for quite some time as far as other players.
Okay.
What would be the cause and effect for the heel turn? Just so I'm not gonna necessitate it, but I'm just saying. Curious.
I think most of the other characters in the party have their own reason for kind of being in for themselves, or have a character quirk or flaw that expresses itself in like a negative way. Not always through their fault. Like I'll take Steve for instance. Steve's like a really buff, like hard-fighting guy, but he's not the brightest as far as Cyan knows him. Again, Cyan only met him a few times.
Fair enough.
So, if Steve's enthusiasm and violence like gets Cyan hurt, he's gonna be like, oh, I don't like this guy. And having a wizard not like you is probably not a great thing.
That's fair.
I think, I forgot the character's name.
Describe
the mechanic, I guess, or the other engineer kind of character.
Oh.
Or no, was the captain originally, I guess, but Simon wasn't here for when he actually was captain of the ship.
Oh. Wait. He wasn't the one in engineering with you. You were in there with Hentai Mag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you ever...
No,
oh, wait, I think his real name might have been, like, Bernard or some shit, but you were like, fuck it, we're just gonna keep calling you Hentai Man.
No, somebody else. It was, because the captain of the ship originally was a player character, right?
No, it's an NPC. Obo. But the guy who was in there with you, his name is Volks.
Volks, yeah.
Yeah, he was the captain of the ship before you came on.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I think Volks might be the only person that Cyan might kind of get along with, because Volks, as so far, hasn't really been a dick, like, at all to around the Cyan. Steve's been alright, too. But, I think Cyan's still trying to judge how he feels about him because he saw the fight between Steve and, I guess, Captain Number 2 at that point.
Oh, no, it was Steve, Russell, and, the Kevin. Yeah, because they tried to jump Steve in the med bay.
Oh, no, I was thinking about,
Oh, you're talking about Thane?
Thane came on board and decided that they were going to be the new captain of the ship.
Yeah, my favorite line from George is, when he's like, I've been on this ship for 48 hours and had 3 captains. What the fuck? I don't know who's captain anymore. Do I respect you or you?
It's a real revolving door policy right here.
Yeah.
Leadership.
He's like, maybe I'm captain today. Or tomorrow. I don't know. Hi. He's like, what day am I captain?
You just scratched up my pants. Like,
You got any questions, man in the chair?
I mean, that is an interesting dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
48 hours of game time, so to speak.
yeah.
3 captains. A lot of changing
Up the guard.
of the guard. Yeah.
Very unstable crew.
I think the only time Cyan's even met one of the party members is when they were unconscious and bleeding around that doctor guy.
Yeah, that was Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
And that was Charles Potts.
You just dropped in
Yeah.
from a portal. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's trying to escape something else on the other
Yeah.
side.
Completely unrelated to main story.
that was a interesting insertion
Yeah.
Yeah.
that canonically has to have something.
But you know what's funny? When he dropped in, he didn't die. But when Jake dropped, he turned to ashes on his first time. Because
So was
Ginger
that.
set us up for the fucking ball. Good times. Yeah, that was when we had to fight a zombie beholder at level 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, and it was only 4 of us that day. We had a rogue, a sorcerer, a bard,
Fighter, because that was
fighter,
Yeah.
and I think Ash was also a rogue that day. Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. So we didn't do well, but me and Andy survived as always. All you need is a changeling card and a Goliath kick-ass something. Indestructible. But yeah, you have no questions for me?
What do you think the party is gonna finally start gelling in the next chapter?
Yeah,
I think
you guys are back on the
if you
Arrowhead
get
now.
all of them finally in the same room, and they're a common enemy, I feel like it's not going to be hard to get them all shooting their violence in the same direction. Except for maybe Russell. Because Russell's crazy, and I get the feeling that he's a bit of a coward, so he's probably going to run.
Probably. He got stabbed trying to rob somebody.
Yeah,
He's not even a rogue, he's a warlock.
classic warlock. I don't know.
He's just like,
Seems like a bad idea both ways.
right? But no, fucking, not this group though. And thank God not this group. No, because I have one group, and I won't name which one, has a lot of high charisma players. Like, a lot of them just said, fuck it, we're gonna boost charisma. I don't know if they were trying to appeal to me because I play a famous bard, but I was like, alright, that shouldn't be an issue. What are they gonna do? Haggle prices? No. They do horrible things with their charisma. Horrible things. A bar got shot out. Store got set on fire. A dude lost his hand. The streets were paved in blood and bodies.
That was some good.
A wedding was blown up. I'm just saying that charisma.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm only looking at you because you can fill in the place where I missed something.
Right. Well, one of them is a wonderful jeweler trying to bring mirth and joy to the masses with his cock rings.
You want to buy a magical cock ring from Gorak Silver Tongues? Scales.
I feel like the wedding probably is a good venue to sell those, but otherwise...
It got blown the fuck up. People died that day. Yeah. But, how do you feel about, like, I guess, like, the skill levels of your table so far? Like, I have one group that's very efficient, one group that tries to break reality. They obviously can't, but they damn it if they don't try.
I think this table has good ideas in a very chaotic situation, and it's always the roles that fuck them rather than bad ideas.
Fair enough. So, that being said, how would you like to proceed? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is George, also known as Patrick Wilson, everybody. Hey! I want an autograph. And he'll be back as Cyan.